Yeah, that we lost some crucial games at home, some direct opponents for the playoff spots. It just means one thing, that we're going to have to get the points on the road, and it starts with the Saturday's game at Colorado.
What happened in the attack there? You got the goal, and it seemed like things were going, and then nothing that last half hour.
Yeah, similar to LA scenario. We get ourselves back in the game with 1-1, and then for the next 10 to 15 minutes with a better team, and you think it's only going one way. And then we concede a goal. That's not really it's not a mistake of ours or anything leading up to the goal. It's just one of those lucky deflections that falls to them, and they were able to capitalize on that. So it's disappointing, but I feel like there's some positives to take out from that game.
What were the positives?
First of all, we came out much better than we did against LA. We were in control of the game. We got the PK, which I think was another turning point in the game that went against us. And then we conceded, not long after that, conceded a goal. There you go, another setback. And we were able to come back from that, whereas compared to last year, sometimes when we conceded the first goal, we just conceded the second and the third, and then it was too late, to keep ourselves in the game. So I feel like the losses we had this year were, by majority of the games, brought by one goal. So it shows that we have improved in some ways.
Mike talked afterwards about the attack. It was a little too simple. You weren't bypassing guys, and you're making yourself a little too easy to defend. Have you seen that? Has he shown that to you guys on film?
The defenders had a film this morning. We have the attackers have it this afternoon. That comes with many things. It's the guy on the ball. Is he willing to take a risk and play the ball forward between the lines? It's the movement of the front players. It's the time in the game when you can afford to lose a ball, because obviously with some risky passes you can lose a ball. Are we in a situation that we can lose it and we're safe at the back? So it goes down to many things. It's not just the movement or the guy on the ball. There's many different things, and we just have to figure out this week in training.
You guys have 10 points through the first 10 games. How would you kind of assess just where you guys are right now and how the first 10 games of the season have gone?
I feel we could be, and we should be a little bit higher in the table. Definitely a few more points. For us to lose the games at home that we have lost now 2 out of 4, that's not something that we've been used to last year. So we're definitely going to improve on that. But I feel like this Saturday is a great chance for us to get the 3 points that we have lost at the home against Portland.
Is there any concern that you guys are feeling just after the first 10 games? I mean, it's kind of like a third of the season. Is it still too early to be talking about this stuff, do you think?
Yeah, it's too early to be concerned. We're, if I'm correct, 1 point behind the playoff spot with 20-something games to play, so that 1 point is not huge. But we definitely should be a lot higher, but as of your question about concern, not at all.
How about, I know after the game, Sam Johnson expressed a little frustration about maybe not getting the ball as much. Is that something that he's talked to you guys about, as the coaches brought that up, or is it kind of what you alluded to about being kind of those risk passes that maybe you guys need to maybe do a little bit more of?
No comment on what he said after the game.
Okay.
Colorado's kind of in the same spot you guys were 2 years ago, early season coaching change. In your mind, how can you take advantage of that mindset? What kind of a team do you expect them to be on Saturday?
Yeah, well, it's a tricky game because they haven't won yet, and what better game comes to you if you haven't won a game you play at home against your biggest rival? So there's a lot that we have to be careful about this game. Maybe all you guys think it's a must-win game for us, but on the other side, they're at home. I feel like they have improved from last year, definitely the players that they brought in. So they're definitely not satisfied with the way they are in the table. So it'll be a tough game. It'll be a hard game. I feel like there'll be a lot of fight in there and a lot of tackles, and we just have to manage the game and stay with 11 men first of all on the pitch and give ourselves a chance to walk away with 3 points.
Given how many MLS veterans they brought in the offseason, are you surprised that they've had this bad a struggle?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought that they, you don't expect any team in MLS to go 10 games without a win, and definitely not with the players that they brought in. They brought some guys that have scored so many goals, played so many games in this league, and played for Many playoff games as well, I would say. So, on the other side, it shows that they have only 2 points, that they have a player who's on 7 goals, So it does show that they're capable of scoring goals. Just defensively, they haven't probably figured things out. But as I said, we have to be careful about this game because it's not as easy as it probably does look right now, depending on the teams in the table.
You mentioned a little earlier that 10 games is still too early to be concerned about anything. When is it not too early?
When is it not too early? I don't get your question.
So, if 10 games and 10 points through the first 10 games is too early to be kind of worried about playoff positioning and kind of your outlook for the rest of the season, when does it not become too early to start thinking about that stuff?
Well, I mean, you can look at the Premier League and it's the last game of the season and that they're going to decide the table, So would you ask those teams after 10 games, if it's too early to say that you're not going to make the Champions League spot or whatever? So I think, being there another 20-something games left and another 60-something points to play for, to be 1 point off playoffs is not to be anything concerned. On the other side, yes, we would like to be ideally higher in the table, and I feel like we should be with the players we have and the games we've played. I feel like we should be a lot higher and we should be sitting on more points than 10, but there can't be any concern. It's way too early. As I said, there's 60-something points to play for, and we know over the last few years how many points guarantee you a playoff spot. Now with an extra playoff spot, it means maybe a team with less points than last year will get into playoffs. So yeah, I don't know, but we're definitely not concerned yet.
Do you set as a goal getting into the playoffs, or do you look at being a little higher in the table, maybe getting a home game because of the new format this year?
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely get into playoffs, that's the big goal, but once you kind of, with few games left and you see that you're definitely going to finish at least the 7th, that's when you should be starting, pushing to finish higher. And obviously our aim will be to finish as high as we can because we know that the home advantage is big in playoffs, and we could feel it last year, getting knocked out in Kansas City away. They're not easy places to go to, and now with the new format, you play in only one game. It'd be nice if you could get some home games in the playoffs.